Salute, salute, salute. Wow, what's happening? What it is, what it do, man? Nocturnal thoughts. Real quick video that I'm gonna get out y'all way. Will Jermell Charlo be able to maintain his hand speed, his foot speed, his stamina at 168? Will his power carry up to 168? I think by now we've all seen the picture of Jermell Charlo supersized, Super Saiyan, bulked up mode. You know, he's looking like he's at his more natural walking around weight. Face is filled out, got a lot more like density and mass, a little less cut, but still has definition to his physique. I would have to say, whenever you put on weight, you do gain strength. But is that pertaining to and translating to the sport of boxing? I would have to say, athletically speaking, with Jermell Charlo and his genetics, I would have to say my thought would be him going up in weight and putting on a little bit more size would therefore increase his strength and his punching power. But I would also say that you can gauge punching power on different spectrums. As far as, could it increase your one punch power? I believe that it would increase your power for having one punch power. But will it increase your punching power over the duration of 12 3-minute rounds? I would say that, in my opinion, bulking up would decrease your punching power over the duration of 3-minute 12 rounds. See if this bad boy gonna come up here. You ain't gonna come up here. You ain't gonna come up here. Watch, he wanna come up here, but he not. Or she, little doe. What's up, doe? Yeah, move around, right? Listen, but he don't know if he wanna. She don't know if she wanna move. Go ahead and move. Run away. So, anyway, man. So I feel like Jermell Charlo bulking up should increase his punching power, but it should decrease the amount it would last, in my opinion. So that's his punching power. Him bulking up, he should be stronger, but he would lose a little bit of the stamina in his punching power as well. Like even putting on a little bit of muscle on your arms and everything, I feel like it'll build up the lactic acid a little faster, and then eventually you're gonna lose it. Just like in my opinion, when Deontay Wilder bulked up, I felt like he lost a little bit of his punching power. Like when Anthony Joshua got too bulky, he lost a little bit of his punching power down the stretch. Now, as far as one punch power, let me fix that. Bow! One punch power, no, I think if you get a little bit more muscle, you're gonna have a little bit more power. So, y'all get my point. I digress. Foot speed and hand speed. Now, I feel like Jermell Charlo fighting at a little bit more of a natural weight. He don't have to do the strenuous taxing on his body with the weight cut. So his foot speed, if he puts on a little bit of extra weight, I feel like it should sort of maintain the overall foot speed. But it's a possibility that it could decrease his foot speed the second half of the fight. Now, put it like this. Him going into a fight with Saul Alvarez, he should have those advantages in speed overall. Hand speed, foot speed, ring general. He should have the advantage in that no matter what, no matter how much weight he bulks on, unless he really miscalculates and comes in way too heavy and gasses out. But as long as he's, you know what I'm saying, methodical and logical and puts on the weight the proper way and doesn't come in too heavy, then I feel like he should be able to maintain his foot speed, although I feel like it might decrease slightly because you heavier and you're going to have a heavier guy punching you. You know what I'm saying? Like, this not Tony Harrison punches. Super jab, super bad. You know, these are not Brian Castano punches. So those punches are going to slow you down. Plus with extra weight, you know, then I feel like your stamina, you should be swift. You should be fast in this fight. You should come into this fight, put on a little bit of weight for punch resistance and for strength, but don't put on too much weight because you want to maintain your speed. You want to be grease lightning. You want to be super fast, super slick. You know what I'm saying? Because there's going to be multiple ways to win this fight for Jermell Charlo. But he's going to have to be able to mix it up and do a little bit of everything perfectly. Like, you're not going to be able to just march him down and work behind your jab and break him down. You can't fight him like Triple G fought him. You can't fight him like Mayweather fought him, you know what I'm saying? Walking him down behind the shoulder roll and completely outboxing him. And you can't beat him the way Dimitri Bivol fought him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own unique style. Jermell Charlo has to use Jermell Charlo style, but it has to be perfected. It's not going to be the same as Brian Castano. It's going to be what you learn from the Brian Castano fight. It's going to be what you learn from the Tony Harrison fight, the Jorge Cota fight, the Julius, the Banana Man, Julius Rosario fight. It's going to be a combination of all those fights put together. Jermell Charlo will have to be his best. So his foot speed is going to have to be maintained. His hand speed definitely has to be on point. He's going to have to be very sharp, very focused. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have to be crispy like some fresh pressed jeans coming out the cleaners with the crease or extra heavy starch. You got to be crispy, sharp, and on point with his hand speed and his punch selection. You got to be kind of all over the place and give Canelo fits. But will his hand speed maintain once he puts on extra weight? Extra weight, extra muscle. Your heart takes more oxygen. You know what I'm saying? It takes more to get that blood pumped to those muscles. I would like to see Jermell Charlo progress up in weight. You know what I'm saying? To get acclimated instead of just jumping up, especially at a fight of this magnitude. But like I said, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. So you roll them dice, calculate precisely. I feel like his hand speed should be, you know what I'm saying, as an advantage against Canelo, but you don't want to over bulk. So I think the same logic applies. If you over bulk, then your hand speed might decline the second half of the fight. Your foot speed might decline. Your stamina might decline. Everything could fall apart if you over bulk. Now, if he bulks just right, because like his walk around weight to me is probably just as, you know what I'm saying, solid and heavy as Jermell Charlo. I think people kind of really got it blown out of proportion when they be like big Charlo, little Charlo. You know what I'm saying? The smaller, it's like these dudes is twins. They only separated by maybe a few minutes when it comes to birth. If they wanted to be exactly the same size, I'm pretty sure it's just a matter of, the way they train and the way they eat. So both these dudes is big. You can look at the shape of they head, they calves. If you want to break down the way they body is set up, you can tell they some big dudes. Like I always said, this Jermell Charlo, you know what I'm saying, standing next to Errol Spence, you can see how Errol Spence looks like a regular sized guy. So when people are, oh, Errol Spence is huge, he's huge for a welterweight, and then he's sparring against a dude like Jermell Charlo, and that's why it still trips me out when people just act like it's just a guaranteed fact of Terrence Bud Crawford knocking out Errol Spence. Like, dude, this dude is sparring Jermell Charlo. You see how huge Jermell Charlo is? But, I digress. Anyways, man, him bulking up, if he does it the right way, I think he will be able to maintain his foot speed. Maybe it'll decline, but not enough for him not to have the advantage over Canelo. Hand speed, the same thing. His power should go up, but I don't think it should go. I don't think his power will be able to go up and then carry for 12 rounds. I think it'll go up for the first half of the fight, and then eventually I think it'll start to decrease because he's not acclimated. So you know what I'm saying, he just got to time everything perfectly. He got to peak, and everything got to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? He got to design, him and Derrick James got to design a perfect plan, and he got to execute it perfectly. And then, you know what I'm saying, it's just a matter of his conditioning, his mental. His mental is going to be huge in this fight, period, point blank. It's all about that mental, and the physical will follow. But he can't be cocky. He can't be. I would hate to see Jermell Charlo fall a victim to, what I'm saying, that bigorexia. Once you get big, you start thinking big, and then you lose sight of, what I'm saying, the things that you did to get you where you was at. Like, don't get big and then all of a sudden think I'm going in here to just use my size, march this dude down and break him down. Be, what I'm saying, understand that your advantages is your size. Being a smaller guy is your advantage because he's bigger than you. That means he's slower than you. You know what I'm saying? So that means you want to stay fast. And the only size that you want to put on is just to be able to have a better punch resistance and to have a little bit more power. Don't overdo it. Don't become super Charlo and then get stiff and get slow and get, fall in love with your power, because your power probably will go up, but don't fall in love with your power. Like, don't try to change yourself into something that you are not. Just be the best version of yourself. The best version of Jermell Charlo can be victorious, in my opinion, against Saul Alvarez. But everything just has to be perfect. Those are my thoughts. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Salute. And just answer the question in y'all opinion. Do y'all think that the size will change his foot speed, his hand speed, his stamina, conditioning, and his power? Those 5 things. Wow.